astTECS, leading enterprise telecom brand.
So without further delay, I would welcome Mr. Abhimanyu Khanna and Mr. Manjunath to take over the presentation. Over to you, Mr. Abhimanyu and Mr. Manjunath.
Hey, Firdausi, thank you very much. Abhi, hi.
Hey guys, very good afternoon, good evening, good morning to wherever you all are.
Very nice. Thanks for joining us, Abhi. I think for next 45 minutes, I think we're going to take the entire world to talk about this Truecaller thing. So, guys, once again from my side, again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to entire people. So today that we are going to talk about that Truecaller. I think everybody knows about it. What exactly? So Abhi also is sharing few thoughts on about the Truecaller first. Meanwhile, the today's agenda is, I think you people already knows about it, that how we can improve customer engagement with brand safety. So that is where the Truecaller verified business caller ID has started very recently. We will be covering a few points in this a complete webinar that will be about to talking about what is the Truecaller is all about and what is this verified business caller ID is all about. We will be talking about the badges bring little differences because people know that there is a blue badge, red badge, and there are some new green and purple badges come up. Also in the market, that how the reality check happens, that is also that we're going to think about it, and let's see how the people have different mindset, that when they make a call or when they receive a call from people, how this Truecaller ID is going to make them a difference. And we will be talking about how this Indian market and domestic market that Truecaller is also helping, and wherever that we are, that how we are going to help you to bring you people into a Truecaller, and how this once we bring you people into a Truecaller, how this is going to be a benefit with you guys. Also, we have a few case studies which people who are already with register with the Truecaller, and see how they have also improved their business, and as together, so how do we go further. So from here, Abhi, I'm passing it to you. I require you to take over from here.
Thank you, Manju, and thank you everyone for having me here. Again, warm welcome to all of you. A lot of you would have heard of what Truecaller is and what we've been doing in the world of efficiency, in the world of caller identification, in the world of making calling a safe process for our users in the last close to about 13-14 years. A lot of businesses came back to us and said that is there a way that we can kind of make our calling more safe and efficient to our users, and that led to the birth of this lovely product, which has been accepted worldwide and about close to more than 1,500 plus customers, called the Verified Business Caller ID. Next slide. Now, just before I kind of get into what this is and who we are, right? We call ourselves the world's best caller ID app. For anyone who doesn't know what Truecaller does, is it is basically an Android and an iOS plus a web version available. Also, application focused on identifying who is calling you, creating the right identity, and the other features around creating a complete communication cloud around the contextualization of calls, or kind of having some more personalization in terms of videos, etc. when you make a call. We were always a kind of an application focused on B2C, and in the last about 13-14 years, we've kind of had more than 500 million plus app installs. But the number that kind of astonishes everyone is our active users globally, right? And that kind of comes in to about 300 million plus. Out of that 300 million plus active users, I would say we've got strong presence in terms of certain countries like India, Egypt, South Africa, Kenya, now and kind of now growing in Southeast Asia. So Africa, Southeast Asia, and India are our kind of strong markets, and plus now kind of moving into South America and Latin America as emerging regions. We got listed as, so a lot of people ask me a question: is Truecaller a Chinese company? Is Truecaller an Indian company? No, we are a company that was born in Sweden, in Stockholm, but we call ourselves that we grew in India and Africa. And last year we got listed at the Nasdaq Stockholm. And before that, we were backed by the world's most respected investors: Sequoia, Clarence, Atomico, and many more. Next slide. Now, as I mentioned, right, our work of as Truecaller was very focused on helping our users identify who's calling them, give them an identity as per their preference, something on user generated content, etc. But a lot of businesses came back and said that, is there a way that businesses, or when we call our customers, how can we kind of show them the right identity so that our customers kind of differentiate between a genuine business and a fraudulent business, right? And certain facts that kind of went when we were creating this product, and one out of that is that on Truecaller, all right, and the phone book that you guys have, right, 1 out of every 4 call that you receive is out of the phone book, right? You don't know who's calling you. So trust is, I think, more than important than ever, and that's one of the base of this product. Second, a lot of these businesses, right, 9 out of 10 businesses today use calling as in communication to get attention from their prospective users. Yes, we have other channels, but still, and especially in the world post pandemic, where the physical or some face-to-face interaction is kind of reduced, the closest form of the easiest and the closest form today is to call someone by making a phone call. So 9 out of 10 businesses are vying for customer attention. So there is a lot of noise. So how do you differentiate yourself as a business? Right. So this is a big number. 700 million plus business calls are received by Truecaller users every day, right? That's a huge number of calls. Now, what are these calls for, right? And some of you would kind of connect because you use the communication suite from astTECS or any of these cloud telephony providers. Why do you make calls? And what are these 700 million plus calls? These are certain calls focused on support, delivery, verification, product calls, service calls, as well as these are some scam calls, right? There can be some fraudulent guy using your name and giving a call to your prospective customer, right? So that's an astonishing number. So multiple use cases are used by businesses today to make calls.
Well, that is fantastic, Avi. Thanks for the wonderful introduction about the Truecaller. I think most of the people knows about it, but yeah, knowing into the deep of Truecaller, as you said, many people thinks about it, it's a Chinese company, but absolutely no. This is typically born in Sweden and yeah, brought up in India and different countries. Yeah. So to everyone. So why are we here? So that is the first question, right? Why are we talking about this Truecaller today? Why we have called up to come over here and discuss with us and tell us that what Truecallers that have something new that which can help to the business, right? So my first question to everyone. I hope you people are running a business. You do make a lot of calls to reach the customer. As Abhi mentioned, the calls goes from either sales, the service, banks, OTPs, or any of the different places. End of the day, everybody wants to reach to end customer. Now there is an a blue badge which normally carry everywhere. You can see on the left hand side. There's a one blue badge. Whenever you register with the Truecaller, any time the people who are trying to make a call, and when they are receiving the call, they receive a blue badge. Now imagine, as you are in a business, when somebody marked you as spam, what you're gonna do, right? So that is a first questions everybody thinking about in their mind, saying that what if I do if my number showing a spam in everybody's Truecaller, because of that nobody's picking up my call, isn't it? Think about I hope the people who are here, it will be coming into your mind, how I can come out with the spam, and how I can reach to the customer. So this is where the Truecaller has brought the new offering that is called verified caller ID. So this verified caller ID is specially built for enterprises, any mid segment, any segment of a business people. It doesn't matter whether the SME segment or it's a corporate segment. All the segments that we have brought this new application for people. And let me show you that how does it work. So before that, I'm going to take you that how does it work. As I was, similarly, I was discussing that what happened from the business side. I mean, business side, every time they have some expectation when they're trying to reach people. So let's have some reality check points to just to make you once again in your brainstorming mind that what business people thinks about that when they make a call to a customer. Every customer need a immediate attention from their customer so that they can pick up the call. It doesn't matter whatever the reason that they are calling from. See, end of the day, as Abhi said, so we are covering up most of the business. It doesn't matter whether it is a bank or whether it is a call center, whether it is a normal enterprises, or whether even the online delivery or food delivery people. So everybody needs that they should be recognized and they should pick up the customer. See, recognize, that is called identify. Again, whenever they call, customer should identify them that who are the caller. Now, also that they need good call pickup rates and conversion. It might be a service or it might be a sales. The first point comes picture that when the customer picks up the call, I can do something or I can get something. That is the whole stuff of this Truecaller application story is all about that. People should aware that who's the caller for them, and nobody should give them a negative feedback. So I was talking about that when people put it on spam, what will happen? People put it on a negative feedback into the Truecaller app. So sometimes it turns into red, and any time whenever you call to some other people, I mean, they don't pick up your call. So this is going to become a big problem in fact. Now the similar way. So what will happen is when call comes to a customer place, when call comes to a customer place, customer mobile, what customer thinks about it when they have a Truecaller. So let's see some reality check about the customer side as well. Now the customer thinks that who's calling me? If it is a blue badge, sometimes it comes your name, sometimes it comes your company name, or sometimes any names that that you can add it up and you can call them. But customer is actually not knowing that who's the caller unless there is a relevant people who are calling them, or they're going to spend a worth the time to talk to you. Is that really that they're going to trust that who's the caller? Is it a safe, or is it a fake identity who's calling me? I hope many times in across the globe, people will be calling, taking the bank names and asking for OTPs, and many people have lost bank transactions. In fact, I mean, many of the people also lost money from their bank. So these are the kind of stuffs normally happen. So people would like to have a trust on this. So when the reality check in this way, so let's see how the Truecaller is going to help them to the people. Now here the Truecaller has multiple options where we talk about what Truecaller is actually offering to the people. So there are two different kind of offering what Truecaller does is, one is individual account IDs, which is a B2C offering direct to the customer, and second one is for a business offering. So anything which is individual, you can go through your Truecaller app itself. Inside, you can register your own, that is for your individual purpose, not exactly for the business purpose. But yeah, especially for a business people, if you really wanted to reach your customer with your brand name, with your company name, with your logo, with your segment, and we have a special things over here. So which are the segments people can take this Truecaller thing. So here few things which I have naming here: contact centers and call centers, any corporates or any enterprises, any banks, fintechs, financial institutions, automobile companies. There are a lot of e-commerce companies, travels and logistics, health and wellness, NGOs. See, NGOs is again the largest enterprises in the world. They really wanted to reach to the people, and they also face a lot of problem, in fact, reaching to the customer. Then there is a food and groceries. Reality, the largest market in the world, the reality people, they really wanted to reach the people, and as much as possible. Telecommunication, one of the again biggest market in the industry, where people would like to reach as much as possible to the customer. Not only that, even education. And it is, I'm just taking a just few of the segments that I'm talking about. Other than this, there are so many segments, are there many more. So what Truecaller is offering to all this segment people is convert your blue badge or come out from your spam badge into a verified badge. So that is where we are introducing a green badge, verified business program, or maybe we can say business verified ID. So what will happen here is, so any of your blue screen or any of your spam screen will convert into a green badge. So this green badge has a multiple options to carry, which I'm gonna talk about in my coming slides as well. So that will be giving you what are the options also that I'm gonna talk about it. Now you can see when you go with the green badge, or if you would like to register with a Truecaller for your business purpose, where you would like to reach to the end customer. Okay, these are the options that what you're going to get it. One is the green highlight. See, there are two different dialers are there in the every phone screen. One is a native dialer. Native dialer is basically that you'll get a small screen which it can show you who are the callers basically, and you have a full screen format as well. I hope maybe you can try some time going inside the Truecaller app. You can find out many things inside, where you can see every time when the call comes, it'll give you a full screen display, and normally most of the people, I can say 80 to 90% of the people go with a native dialer. See, this is supportable for both the application as of now, even Android and iPhone as well. But iPhone has a very smaller display, in fact, than the Android dialer. Android dialer, you will have a very nice display, what you can see. And what this will carry is, this will carry your prominent and accurate branding logo. Take an example, your company, maybe your company name is ABC. So your ABC company name will be displayed. You can see the central bank, which is written here. There is a central bank company name will be mentioned over there, and it will be verified from the Truecaller. Verified from the Truecaller means only central bank is connecting with the Truecaller, and they are telling that they would like to take this green label, which they would like to take. They would like to carry the brand, I mean their brand image and brand logo with the brand name and which segment also they are from. So all these three things will be put it over here in the green badge, and it will be displayed to any customer whenever central bank is trying to make a call. Now imagine in the name of, I mean, whatever you see the central bank, your business names will come over there. If you wanted to register with a Truecaller, your name will get displayed over there, and whenever this green badge comes over, there will be officially, you will get a verified badge. That's a tick mark, which people can recognize you, your brand image and your company name as well. Not only that, your segments also will be carried. If you are a travel and logistics, the travel and logistics names will be carried. If you are from e-commerce, it will be carried as an e-commerce. You'll be from education department, I mean education segment, it will be carried as an education segment. So that is the way it will show you. See, going with the green badge, what is the advantages? That is the main questions will come. Now many people are thinking, okay, so Truecaller has come up with something which telling that there will be some difference, if you go with the Truecaller registration and the green badge. What are the advantages that we get when we go with this? Okay, so we have few advantages which I'm going to talk about. Whenever you're not registered with the Truecaller for the green badge, I mean that's a business verified ID. Whenever you call and the end receiver will display as a blue badge, or if it is somebody has spammed you, so it will come as a red badge. Now, once you convert into a green badge, that nobody can tamper your name, I mean company name, nobody can tamper your logo, nobody can tamper the identity, or nobody can tamper the segment also. Any of the tag cannot be tampered. Now, there will be always questions. So, is it a spam removable application? Absolutely no. This is not a spam removable, option or application. Absolutely no, as it's a public related, application. It is still there. But if somebody put you into a spam, also that spam will never come. That anyway, I'm going to talk about in the next. It will also make or maybe it will add your the customer trust and the safety also into it, because the green badge will carry only those who are registered with the Truecallers. Not only that, maybe you can educate your users what to trust. Okay, example, you can, I mean, many of the people have done also that if the call is coming from the green badge, please talk to us, otherwise maybe it is not that we are. There are many countries as already in this kind of a facility, which already Truecaller is facilitating, saying that only the Truecaller which is carrying the green badge, so we are the genuine people who are trying to reach you. Not only that, even in India also it is happening. Many of the people are marketing that we are a Truecaller registered, and whenever the call comes, it will show your green badge and we are the absolutely a genuine callers. See, why this genuinity requires, again, as in the beginning also that we have discussed, even some bank people will try to reach you to ask, you lost your identity, or you have to do a KYC, so we have to fill your KYC and please share the OTP or something, and you don't know who's actually the caller, right? So that is where the green badge will make more on safety and trust, because they are registered with the Truecaller. Now, not only that, the advantage 3 comes into the picture, where whenever you are trying to reach a customer, you can carry the call reason as well. Now, what is the call reason? I mean to say, you can see on the screen, the call is appearing on the customer phone. It is showing the green badge, which is showing the company name, showing the company logo as well, but it is also showing that why this customer is trying to reach us. So it's very clearly mentioned that we are calling you for your KYC verification. Assume that you are in a bit of a meet, or you are somewhere traveling, or maybe you missed the call. The moment you open your phone, the Truecaller badge will be displayed on the native dialer itself, and it shows that the call has been missed from the central bank, and the call reason, it will be mentioned over there. Now, it might be important for you that you have to update the KYC. I'm just taking a bank example. There will be a many more reasons like that, where many people will miss the call. So this call reason will give the accurate options to customer, thinking that what reason that people have tried to reach you, right? So you can carry the call reason at any point of time. Now, just to put you on a small videos here, when the call comes, how does it look? See, these are the live calls which I'm talking about. I have a 2 different dialer method here. One is the native dialer and one is a full screen. You can see on my left hand side is a full screen, which is call is coming, and you can also see the call reason which is happening there. Okay, let it come once again. Yeah, see, the call has come now. You can see global tech support reaching out on your request. So this is the way. So astTECS logo is there, astTECS name is there, verified tick badge is there. I mean, which business segment that we are from, that is also there. You can see on the right hand side, when the call comes, the native dialer will, again, it will display the call reason that what you are calling for. You can see the call number, and you can see the logo, you can see the image. So this is how the typically when the call comes, it will be look like. And yeah, so again, come back to the same question. A call center, I'm trying to reach people, but people put me spam, and whenever I try to call back, people don't pick up my call. Yes, we have a solution. We will remove that red badge and we will convert it into a green badge for sure. But that does not mean that it is the spam removable option, the spams will be there. See, spam, when the spam will come, see, there is a threshold always will count the number from the back end of the Truecaller. Once you reach the threshold of spam, the red badge it will actually convert into. Now, once you convert into a green badge, if the number is still under a spam, you will get a small thin display. You can see on the second right hand side phone, the green badge under a small thin red color will be appearing in that. If it is a new number, absolutely the green badge will display. If your existing number, if you don't want to change the number because of the spam, you wanted to continue with the same, if the threshold is already crossed, the small thin line will actually get displayed over here. So this is how it looks. Okay, many of the people have a question also. Okay, what if I buy a new number and I'll put it across? Because nobody can spam me. It is still, there is a possibility that people can spam you, but the actual thing is, even though they spam you, the green badge will never change. So keep that in your mind. Green badge will never change, even though many people will try to spam you. Once the threshold will cross, there's a small thin line will actually get displayed on your green badge also, but the entire green badge will never change. The confirmation tick badge will never change. Nobody can tamper your name, nobody can change your logo, or nobody can give you any different name or something. So that is a few advantages that we were talking about. And let me take you one more advantage is that the soon that you get into a registration with the Truecaller will also give you an analytical dashboard that how many numbers that you have registered with us. I mean, maybe you will have a question that how many numbers that we can register with the Truecaller. I mean, there is no any limitation. If you, no matter whether you're a small company or bigger company, please contact us. Maybe we will give you whatever the numbers that you can be able to register. Just to cut short here, I hope you people will have many questions. Please leave your questions. So probably we will have a one-to-one discussion with your questions, and maybe we will give you an answer for that also. Okay, so make sure that you have any questions in your mind. Please leave a message in the message board. Now, so we were talking about the analytical dashboard. This analytical dashboard will give you your call pickup ratio, your caller time, which is the best time that you are reaching the customer, and how much, which time the people have answered most of your calls. In fact, I mean, from the day, from morning 9 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, which time the people have picked up your call and they answered you. You can see that. And there are multiple options that you can be able to see that in the dashboard, which will be given to you, so you can every day that you can follow also. So now I think Abhi, I think we should give much more thoughts about here. Probably I can pass it to you.
Got it. Thanks, Manju, and for covering that. So yeah, guys, I think we've been answering a few questions that keep on coming, and we'll answer that again. Now, as Manju mentioned, right, the name of this is kind of called as verified business identity, right? So in the end, what we are trying to do is kind of help around and say that we put in the right logo, right name. Now, one of the kind of questions that comes to us is around how does our call performance or call pickup rates improve, decrease, right? Now, something that we want to be very clear with the solution is that this is not a kind of a solution which is focused only on improving your call pickup rates. It is a brand identity solution where we are putting the right identity. But there have been some customers who have seen that their call pickups have gone up. And what we talk about is the verified call pickups, which is distinct to what you are seeing today. Today, maybe you're making 100 calls and 5 or 6 calls kind of are getting answered, or 10 calls are getting answered. But now out of this, your 100 calls that you make, 60 of them kind of showed the verified badge, and then maybe 30 of them were answered, right? That's where people have kind of seen their verified calls kind of go up. But call pickup rate is kind of dependent on a lot of factors. If you see the overall calling industry, right, certain areas which kind of define how call pickups are managed are around what is the context of the call, what's the nature of the call, is it like a new kind of cold call, or it's a follow-up call, right? Frequency of contact, how many times do you call a customer in a day, right? So it's a very rational term, but we have seen our customers that after putting this identity, after using it for a period of at least 3-6 months, that they've seen that their verified calling efficiency has kind of improved. Certain examples, that you kind of see out here are a few BFSI customers like a bank, a small finance bank, a home services startup company, a small and medium enterprises lending company who have kind of seen certain percentage points of improvement. But as I mentioned, right, it's all dependent on what's your complete calling process. But over a period of time, you'll see that your calling process overall becomes more efficient. Right. This is something which is another thing very important, right? A lot of large enterprise customers, or also, mid-tier customers come back to us and say that, okay, now we've got different kind of calling processes. We use certain DID lines or PRI numbers, etc., whatever, to make calls for service, basically an after sales call or an installation call. And there's certain calls that we do just to kind of like a call to kind of increase our sales or follow up on leads. How can we kind of distinct them and kind of see and improve the calling workflow for a specific process? Now, keeping that feedback in mind, and as Truecaller is kind of improving and adding a lot of more features on business side of our offerings, we added something called as number management, which came in, which is basically you can group the numbers together. Now, what that happens is that you can create numbers as process wise, and then kind of get some analytics based on the calling processes, get some insights around a respective workflow that, okay, if I'm making 1,000 calls, how are my numbers behaving for services? How are my numbers behaving if it's a bank, for credit cards, wealth banking? So enhanced number management, which kind of helps and improve your calling workflow, is also another feature which will be available as part of the dashboard that customers who come on the verified identity get. Right. This is an important slide, and why we want to kind of, some of you would have seen a certain logos. Some of them are global logos. Some of them are focused on specific markets. We've got 1,500 plus leading businesses across verticals who are using this as a service. Why we show this is that it's not because we want to kind of give you certain names, but it is that which are the kind of customers who are using this. So as I mentioned in my first introduction slide, that 9 out of 10 businesses are today using calling as a kind of an aspect to reach out to their customers. So anyone who makes a call to a end user, to his customer, and cares about efficiency, brand, identity, kind of making sure that it's the genuine impression of the brand for their end users, they are the actual customers who are using that. So if you look at this slide, we've got customers across verticals, from BFSI to fintech to global automotive players to education players, health and wellness, large e-commerce players, the likes of Amazons of the world, or you've got the ride sharing companies like Ubers of the world, food, grocery, telecom, right? So it's spread all across.
Well, that's nice, Abhi. Thank you. Now, see, maybe people will have questions in their mind. Why astTECS and Truecaller here? So that is the first question, right? To tell you that astTECS is a authorized partner with the Truecaller. I think we have crossed almost 6 months plus with the Truecaller now, and we are bringing the people for a Truecaller on board, right? So we are there in across India. I think most of the people are already knows about that astTECS is there in India, but one more good news is that now we are also available across the globe, right? So just to take that, our international presence that we are talking about here is where all these places where astTECS is available, and we are there to connect with you with Truecaller at any point of time. So if you are from any one of these country, yes, please let us know that your requirement for international. There will be a two different things which come from India's and international numbers. There will be a two different activities are there, and we will be bringing on board from any of these countries. Even if you are not from this country, you are also from the different countries, doesn't matter. Please call us, that we are there to support you to take. No matter whether you're from African region, no matter you're from a Middle East or UAE region, no matter you're from Asia, South Asia, East Asia, West Asia, it doesn't matter wherever that you are from, and we are there to help you. Now, on the international side also, that we have a few customers, as Abhi was already telling that the Truecaller is already onboarded around 1,500 plus leading businesses across the vertical from across the globe. So these are the few customer from the international. See, any of your from the country, maybe you can understand they're already in the green badge. Why they are already with the Truecaller? See, that is the questions that you have to ask your mind, why these people have registered with the Truecaller, which means they would like to take their business to the next level, and they would like to reach their customer on as fast as possible. So give them a trust, give them a identity to make them connect with as soon as possible. So that is where the things start about. And Abhi, again, I think we should talk about here on the priority caller ID as well.
Got it. Yes. So as you know, I think Manju started off. A lot of you who use the Truecaller app, when we kind of talk about different coloring patterns that people are used to seeing on Truecaller. Earlier, it used to be blue and red, which is the most prominent ones for a very long time. And then we kind of came out with a green verified badge for businesses. There's something also what we call as a priority caller ID. It is not a specific commercial offering, etc. It is part of the verified business program. But this is a very use case driven kind of feature of verified business identity. Now, what happens is that a lot of businesses make calls which are very, very important, time sensitive for businesses as well as their end users. Certain calls like maybe a bank making a call after they've seen a large transaction on their customer's credit card, or a large transaction on their banking account, and they want to kind of confirm. So the risk management team of the bank gives a call, hey, hi, have you made this call, right? Or an Uber, which is standing close to your house and has come to pick you up, and the driver wants to give you a call, or a last mile delivery that a food application is making, or a last delivery that any e-commerce guy is making, right? So for these kind of certain use cases, we kind of wanted to differentiate so that the end users know that this is an important call and I shouldn't miss out, right? And we came out with something called as a priority caller ID. Now, what happens in this is that if you've got specific phone numbers that you're using for certain use cases only, and if the Truecaller compliance team takes a call at the back end that whether this will fall into the priority aspect on the dependence on the use case as well as your previous performances, you can be given a priority badge for that specific number. Now, one important thing in this is that that specific number has to be used only for that respective use case that we are talking about. And when we kind of put that, users can have still an option to mark it as spam, but a priority caller ID ideally should never be marked as spam because that's an important call. You're adding a call reason to it, etc. But if a number, again, as Manjunath mentioned, that we have a dynamic spam threshold that kind of comes into calculation when there is a discussion around spam. So if a priority number falls, crosses that spam threshold, this number falls back to a green badge with the red line, and this number and this DID number can never be again a priority caller ID, right? So again, a use case driven solution. The specific numbers have to be used only for that. Not every use case is accepted for that. As I mentioned, few use cases are last mile delivery, urgent risk management calls from the bank. Right. When we started off this product about 2 years back, we were just talking about branding, identity, putting the logo. We came out with call reason, which is basically setting a pre-context to why are you making this call. analytics got added. So we are trying to create a communication cloud for our enterprises, and which can be kind of merged well with the infrastructure providers like astTECS and the others that we work with. And we are kind of every day our product team is focusing on adding something new which adds on features. These are certain upcoming features. Right now they're all in testing phases, not available commercially as of now, but certain features that we are working on are video caller ID, call feedback, and call me back. Now, what is video caller ID? Video caller ID is that in place of your when the call makes in a full screen, do you want to play a specific video, maybe like an offer of the day or something about your product, so that can be played at the background. Then we've got something as call feedback. So today, a lot of times when you make a call to your customers, you send in a link through WhatsApp or email, or you transfer them to an automatic IVR to kind of put in some options. So we are also adding something around call feedback so that Truecaller can help you kind of get that input post the calls. And call me back is a feature that is coming out in the market. Is basically there are certain customers who miss your calls, and they press this button of call me back, and you can get a user information that who are the guys who press this call me back, right? These are features right now just available in testing. If there is anything specific that you want to know right about this, not the right forum today to talk about much about this, but yes, please reach out to the astTECS team and we can have a detailed discussion later on this. Right. No solution is successful without the users talking about it. And it's not only us that we kind of talk good or bad about certain solutions. I'm sure there are some marquee customers who work with us, and this is one of the examples of MG Motors, which is a UK-based Chinese-funded kind of an automobile company who uses Truecaller for their own verification of their numbers. So this is one of their head of marketings who is talking about how they are kind of using this. And if you read this, right, they are an innovative brand which focuses on technology, and they are looking at a lot of innovations that they want to do, right? And they've been able to improve some conversions. The solution has built them trust, safety around their customers. So that is one of our automobile customers giving a kind of his validation on the solution. Next, please. Yeah, a lot of you in India would know what Swiggy is. It is one of the food delivery aggregator apps. It basically kind of, for people who don't know about it, they kind of have the impaneled restaurants, hotels, cafes on their application, and users like you and me who are on the move, who like eating outside, can kind of order food, and within about 25, 30, 35 minutes, the food is delivered, right? And that is where their complete application works on, on-time delivery, on, because there are payments happening, everything happening, and that's where trust kind of helps them, right? So this is one of the food companies talking about how they've used it, and they're also talking about the top-up feature that kind of came in, which is the contextualization of the call, which is call reason, right? And how it's kind of with them putting the reason that the delivery partner is waiting outside your home door to deliver your food order even before the call is picked up, has kind of assisted their kind of overall process to kind of get it improved. Right. So these are, I think, one or two good examples of, how customers are using this as a service.
Well, thanks, Abhi. Now we are almost reaching to the last stage of this webinar. So as I told that, why astTECS? So as astTECS is the authorized partner of the Truecaller, that is for India as well as an international. So what we does, I hope you people are already knows about it, that we are one of the manufacturer of the largest telephony applications and hardwares that comes with the IPPBX, call center dialer, voice recording systems, IVR, voice blasting, many more things. Just imagine that any of these products that you guys are using, and how Truecaller is most important for you people. So this is where that we have tied up with Truecaller, and we are also providing you a single platform with a bundle pack of the product. So you buy a call center dialer, yes, there is an option that you can also pick up the Truecaller with that, or you can buy even maybe the IVR solution or a voice blasting solution where you wanted to reach with your brand name with the logo, where the customer can give you a maximum call pickups and positive thoughts. Our products are available together. astTECS is almost a 14-year-old company in the market, and we are have a presence across 48 different countries in the world and all across India. Not only that, we are also available with a cloud solution. So we provide IPPBX and as well as a call center, over a cloud. So you can reach us any of this requirement. Not only that, even we have now IP phones, PRA gateways, PRA cards, headsets. We support you for voice minutes to for international calls, as well as many of the integrations with the social medias and everything. So. So here we are come to the last stage of Truecaller's presentation, webinar today. So thank you for each one of you to joining us from different countries and a different mindset where you would like to understand what exactly this Truecaller is all about. So here we are to support you to make your business grow with your brand logo, and the Truecaller will make your brand logo more visible, so that will support you for your marketing purpose. Now I'm taking the close call from here and passing this to Ms. Firdausi to let's go for a question and answer session. So please, if you have any questions on today's regards, I would request you to share each and every questions over here, so we will be answering. Mr. Abhi is also with me. If you have any specific questions for both of us, please let us know, so that we will answering your questions from here. Firdausi, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Abhimanyu, and thank you, Mr. Manjunath, for wonderful presentations and taking us through how astTECS solutions and a caller and a Truecaller's business verified business caller ID help us to improve customer engagement and add brand safety. So we have a couple of questions coming up from the participants who would like to understand more on the solutions. So let us begin with Mr. Nicholas Gigunda. His question is, I was to ask, how are you tackling hospital solutions?
Yeah, to answer Nicholas, hospital solutions. At the end of the day, whenever they are making a call, they can carry their hospital name, hospital logo, and they can reach. See, there will be always a question from even customer end. Can I when I make a call to that hospital, can the display can be visible? Yes, absolutely. They know that whom they are calling whenever they call. If the person has an Android, Truecaller app, even the outbound caller from the customer side also, it will visible as a green badge. Or when the enterprise, maybe hospital side, when they are trying to reach the customer, it will carry the green badge. Only thing is they have to get the registration done from hospital with Truecaller.
Thank you, Mr. Manjunath. So before moving to the next question, I would again remind to all the participants, if you have any query, please drop in the chat box, or you can just enable your videos and raise your hand to ask the questions. So moving on to the next question, Mr. Victor has asked, would this solution work for customer who don't have a Truecaller app installed on their phone? And I think Mr. Abhimanyu has already answered this. No, it cannot be. It is only for the Truecaller app users. Let us move on to the next questions. The next question is from David Anthony, who asks, is the business Truecaller a free version or a paid version?
Well, David, Truecaller app is a absolutely free version for any individual users or a business users as well. to get only this verified badge, I'm talking about if you wanted to have a green badge which should carry your brand logo, brand name, verified segment wise with a call reason. And as we discussed, even we can carry the video caller ID, we can carry the callback option. For this, that you have to get registered, and this is a paid version, David. So is there anything else that you have a question? Maybe you can unmute and maybe you can ask us a question also is fine. I think Vidyosi, I think we should ask all the people who have raised a question. Let them talk to us directly so that we can answer them.
Maybe you can take down your presentations, Manju.
Yeah. Great. I think next person is
the next question is from Mr. Anish. He is asking, will it work with the spoof caller IDs?
Abhi, I would like to pass this question to you.
No, that would not. No, I think that's been answered by already in the other. That will not work with the spoof caller ID. Yeah.
I think Mr. Abid has already answered.
Right.
Okay, the next question has come from Mr. Timi Sayed. He asks, what kind of permissions Truecaller app require? Is it a GDPR compliance?
Yeah. So when you download, so it's like a normal communication app that you can download from a Play Store, right? So you don't require any kind of discussion points around compliance, etc. For that.
Yes, Mr. Hello.
Timmy, you there?
Yes, Mr. Timmy, if you have any further queries, you can unmute yourself and ask. I hope.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next question.
The next question is from Mr. Victor. He's asking, depending on the target products, there is usually a significant constituency of the customers who do not have the app installed on their phone. This may affect or skew any analytics from these solutions.
Right. So when we talk about analytics, you have two kind of analytics, right? One is what you have for the overall base of your calling customers, which can be provided by your IVR or your calling software providers or something like what astTECS does. But this information will be very concise and very focused only on the subset of users that you're calling or you are reaching out from the overall base, which have the Truecaller app, right? So in certain countries, our penetration is very high. In certain countries, it's increasing. So it is all kind of, it may affect, but it is kind of very concise and very focused only to the Truecaller user base.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abhimanyu. Next question is from Mr. Isaac. Isaac once said that what will be the advantages for banks, especially when the banks wants to use this caller app for check confirmation?
Isaac, you are there. Can we talk to you directly?
Isaac, you can unmute yourself if you're available. Or maybe Manju, you can attend the questions in the meantime.
Again, Isaac, this depends on the requirement. Maybe you're talking about only on one side the check confirmation, which customer side or which the bank side that we need to understand. So the question was a bit difficult to understand what exactly that you're talking about. Yeah, see, we in the presentations that we were talking about, right? Any bank, if they would like to reach to the customer, okay, bank will have two different kind of an options. One, as a green badge, where the bank can reach you guys, and especially bank also goes with a purple badge, which is most important, and it's an any emergency call where they wanted to reach to their customers. So this both options are available for, especially for the banks. If you have a specific question, maybe you can talk to us. So probably we can answer you on that for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Manjunath. The next question, okay, can you send us the presentation slide? Is coming from Mr. Suresh. Suresh, obviously, we will be sending you the recording of the webinar and the presentations after this session. The next question has come from Mariwani. Is there any documents that needs to be provided by the brand in order to get the green badge?
Yes, absolutely, Melanie. There's no doubt into it. We will be sharing you a few documents to fill up, and we also need a few documents from your side with the logos, with a couple of documents for sure. Because end of the day, the Truecaller is also making that confirmation that you are the genuine guy who's taking those numbers and reaching to the customer. For that, we need to have certain documentation, which is sealed and signed from your company side. So that is most important. Yes.
Okay, so maybe all the requisite documents, maybe your regional managers will share with you if you're looking to install this app for your business. The next question has come from Mr. Vijay Vishwanath. In Africa, which are the countries that are currently supported by Truecaller?
Well, Vijay, for sure, there are a few major countries that to talk about. From the top to bottom, or bottom to top, we can say South Africa, one of the largest users that African country has. Second, we have Ghana, we have Botswana, we have Tanzania, we have Nigeria. You can go till up to the Egypt. Egypt is again the largest Truecaller users, in fact, and most of the African countries where the presence are there. And yeah, you can ask us to reach any of the countries. Yes, we're there.
Okay. The next question is coming from Mr. Satish. He wants to ask, instead of green badge, do you have any customized color badge request from the customer side?
That's very nice question, Satish. As of now, Truecaller doesn't have any such customized colors or something for sure. We don't know. Maybe in future, maybe down the line, maybe 3-4 years, if anything such really the colors can come up, that maybe that the Truecaller thinks about it and let them come back. For sure that we will update you on that.
Yeah. Next question is from Mr. Egidio. He said we can have a demo set up so that it can show to the prospect customers. Yes, I think we have a demo set up.
No, Firdausi. See, we don't have a demo set. Sorry to say that, Firdausi. Truecaller doesn't have any kind of a demo available. Yeah, maybe we can share you the screens which is already there in the market. See, what you can do is, if you really wanted to feel this, how does it work or something, let us also understand what is your call volume. Maybe we can give you other multiple options. Let us have a one-to-one discussion. Let's see how we can bring you, if you have a larger numbers registration and larger number of a call volume. Definitely we think on one-to-one, and maybe we can take a discussion on that.
Definitely. Sukhinder, could you please send me the recording? Obviously, Mr. Sukhinder, we will share you the webinar recording after these presentations, along with the along with the PPT. The second question is again from Mr. Anish. What is the Truecaller penetration in Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand?
Yeah, so I think I'll take that.
Please.
These are our emerging markets, so I would say not much, but from and it's increasing, but from a Southeast Asian perspective, our focus or our growing markets are Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, right? Cambodia, Laos, Thailand would not be that much, but if there's any specific requirement of yours, we can see how we can kind of assist to reach out to only our the whatever users that we have.
Okay, I have a direct message from Mr. Venkataraman asking how it helps to educational institutions.
Well, that's a good question. So probably what I can do is I can take back my presentation here to the customers who are already there in here. Mr. Venkataraman, I just wanted to tell you once again, can you see the education companies who have already taken up the green badge with us? I can just name you. I'm talking about whether it's an online, whether it's an offline. I'm just taking a few names here, from the Byju's to Upgrad, Vedantu to Amity, and Akash to Manipal. It's Miles from Lakme, Unacademy. See, these are the people who are trying to reach to their end customer at any point of time. Even these people also face the spam marking time. So what they wanted is they want that their end customer or end students to understand who's the caller, so that they can immediately answer, and they can connect with to the colleges or schools or whomever it may be. So that is where this is really helping to everyone. So I hope your question is answered, I believe.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Manjunath. We have covered almost all the questions for today's webinar. If anybody has further any queries, you can unmute yourself or raise your hand so that we can attend it before we wrap up. So I think we have come to the end of this webinar sessions about Truecaller for Business and how it improves the customer engagement and add brand safety. After this presentation, again, we will be sending you the video, webinar recordings and the PPT. So once again, thank you everyone for joining this webinar and taking your time and for understanding about the Truecaller for Business. We will be coming back in the next month with another exciting topic. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.